Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Pierre Schwing, lifelong resident and business owner of New Iberia. Imagine early morning as the thick bayou fog burns slowly away with the fresh new heat of the sun.
Phew, I'm getting too old to do this. Oh boy, this fog, that don't help my arthritis none at all. Golly. Ah. Hello, Mr. Romero. Yeah, Mr. Dupuis, how you doing this morning? Hello, Mr. Pesson. Yeah, Boudreaux, how you doing? And the Gandolfos over there, and the Benedettos. Oh, you know, those were Italians that came here in the 1800s. That's who built the railroad that went through New Iberia. Yeah, I like to tell them all hello. Every morning when I come here, I tell them hello, because I don't want them to forget, to think that somebody forgot them or we don't remember them, you know. Got quite a mix in this graveyard. Old cemetery. You know, people around here say that's a big gumbo. Yeah. Hello, my name's Pierre Schwing. I don't think I've seen you around here before. Can I help you with something, sir? You know, I've been the caretaker here in the cemetery for quite a few years. And I have a map and a computer printout of all the names and on the tombs, and you know, I can go get that and I can help you find, you know, if you're looking for someone in particular. You know, I see you looking at this. This is an empty space, sir.
That's where she is.
Who? Well, no, you don't understand. See, this space is empty. There's no grave in this spot.
That's where my grandmother's buried.
Oh. Well, I tell you what. Maybe we can settle this. Let me get my probe right here. Now, you know, with this, I'm gonna put this in the ground. See, and it'll tell us if that ground is hard and compacted, which means it's never been disturbed. Even if it's 40 years ago, it won't be, it'll be hard, okay? And I'm telling you, this is an empty space, okay? So let's see. Let's try right here. Well, I'll be switched.
I told you so.
Huh. Oh. Huh. Well, well, sir, I'm sorry. I was wrong.
Well, I was looking for my grandmother's grave, and I remember it from my childhood. And I guess you could see now that you would attest that, to some part, I was correct. It was in 1929. My grandmother and I lived in one of the shacks along the railroad tracks. She had taken me in. I was 10 years old. She said my mom and daddy left me with her one day and they never came back. She had told me she didn't know if my mom and daddy were dead or alive. My grandma took in washing and ironing to keep a roof over our heads. Neighbors provided with what they could, and that seemed to help. I was planning on quitting school to work, to make some money.
Mhm.
But before that could happen, my grandma got sick with a fever. We couldn't afford to pay for a doctor, and my grandma was too proud to even think about calling one if she wasn't able to pay. So I stayed by her side, applying cool towels to her head. I did that for 3 straight days and nights. I never left her side. And then one morning, when I lifted my head from her bedside, I felt her cold hand in my hand. My grandmother had passed. Didn't say goodbye, nothing. I was all alone. Before she died, my grandmother tried to get people to take me in. It was difficult times. And who would want a 10-year-old boy who would eat a lot and ain't worth the powder to hell? It was terrible. So she did give money to a lady next door. And she had asked the lady to send me to California. I guess they thought I would work in the orange groves out there.
Huh.
Anyway, the lady placed me on a train with a bag of crackers and 2 cans of sausage.
Huh.
It's a long story. And I ended up in the orphanage out there.
Well, sir, if I may, what is your name?
I'm not proud of my family name. I don't have a family. No one you would know anyway.
Well, look, we can leave it at that if you prefer. But what I can do is I'll mark this spot on the map. And now that I know that there's someone here and it belongs to someone, and I'll even put a marker out here so that no one comes here and tries to use the plot. But I just wish you could give me a name. I mean, she deserves a name, doesn't she?
I remember her. And that's enough. Sir, there ain't nobody else.
My Feelings on Visiting a Cemetery by Glenn Stokes. As I pass these gates, I step into the unliving from living. I feel the coldness of stone, the silence, the serenity, the finality. All things are square, rectangular, tilted, level, straight, broken, worn, and hard. It is a stone forest keeping dark secrets, holding young and old, rich and poor, tall and short, and male and female. Silence and solemnity suffuses everything. Permanently suspended lives, all unable to tell how, where, when, and why. The contents of these solemn tombs are helplessly trapped between yesterday and tomorrow. As I exit the star gates of the unliving, I wonder what was and could have been. I feel different. I feel holy. I feel sad. I feel humbled. And I confront my own vulnerability, fragility, meaninglessness, and evanescence. I pray, I hope, I love. I'm better than before. Hope springs eternal. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Very done. Nicely done.
We don't know anything about that. That's a true story?
Absolutely.
Oh, someone came.
Yes, Mr. Pierre Schwing is still among the living.
I was going to say, is that Mr. Pierre's story? Actually?
It is.
Somebody
and
came.
I got it from him verbatim. and it's from his memoirs, as you see in your program. And the story was written by Miss Julaine Shakespeare, and it was very well done, and we tried to do justice as best we could. But it's, you know, the poor, the forgotten.
There's probably a lot of stories like that around this
Yes,
world.
I'm sure.
Those stories.
Oh yeah. And maybe I should add the poor, the forgotten, and the humble. So, yeah. But thank you for coming.
Well, thank
I hope you enjoyed it.
Very interesting. Good. Thank you.